Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the circle today. We are all buoyed by a couple of recent wins. A couple of recent wins that we've had over midweek and just recently today. And I do have a special guest on, and Gundit News, I think, will be joining us either in the comments section or the live phone. But I have right now. I've got Luca Quarta.
Hello, how are you, everybody?
Everybody, some people may know Luca, some may not. So we do not have anyone yet on the live chat, Luca. But we will.
Fine.
We're just getting settled in here, waiting for maybe Gundit News to drop in as well. So we'll get started in just a minute, Luca. But
Yeah.
yeah, tell me briefly what you thought of today's game, and we can double back on it a little bit.
Well, I thought today's game, I thought the first half we played really, really, really well. We looked like a convincing, calm, relaxing performance. We dominated the first half. I thought Lacazette looked really, really, really frightening, and he really caused those Southampton defenders. And then I thought the second half, we kind of switched off a little bit. We kind of knew that the game was put to bed as 2-0.
Yeah.
We didn't look like we didn't want to score enough goals. We had a few chances in that. Southampton did cause a few moments. I didn't think we weren't going to keep a clean sheet, and it is our first clean sheet since we won in the league against Chelsea. And yeah, I think it was a really, really good performance. It's nice to get the 3 points. We're in the top 4 now, and we've got a very, very good chance.
Good stuff.
I know Chelsea got a game in hand, but it's nice to win that game and then build more momentum going into that Bournemouth game next week.
Yeah. So that's a brief overview of the game today. Let's double back, Luca, and let's start about. I want to get to know you and how you got into Arsenal. So let's start that story for everybody.
Well, my name is Luca. Obviously, I support Arsenal. I've been supporting Arsenal for about 13 years, since 2006. And what it is obviously I got into football. I never used to like football when I was like a teenager or a bit younger than that. I used to like other stuff. And then my neighbours got me into football. They asked me, what is Arsenal? I got into football and that. And yeah, I looked at this club. I learned about the history. I watched other videos online and all that. And what I love about Arsenal is I like going to the games. I like interacting with other fans. And yeah, I think it's really, really, really good to support a club like this.
Yeah, so 2006, you would have joined maybe just after the Champions League. You got interested in Arsenal, or was that
when they moved to the Emirates?
In the move to the Emirates, and that was the season that obviously they went to the Champions League final, had a magic run all the way to the Champions League final, but unfortunately lost that Champions League final in 2006.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking because obviously I wasn't really a fan at the time. But I do remember going back and looking at it. It was really, really heartbreaking. We lost in 2006, and I remember, I think it was Lehman got sent off.
Exactly right. Lehman got sent off very early in the game.
Yeah, and that's what cost the game at the time back in the day.
So you are a really, really awesome supporter because you joined in 2006, and there was lean times for Arsenal from 2006 up until probably 2014, for about eight years, it was a little bit tough to be an Arsenal supporter.
It was, definitely, because obviously when we won the FA Cup in 2014, it was our first trophy, which we ended within 9 seasons since we won the Cup in 2005.
Yeah.
And obviously it was like getting frustrating, obviously going through all these years and all that. And so...
Tell me how that FA Cup win felt for you.
Well, in 2014, I thought it was a really, really good moment, like beating Hull in the FA Cup. When we were 2-0 down against Hull City, I thought, no, we're not coming back here. And I remember watching it at a friend's house, and I wasn't confident. When Santi Cazorla scored that free kick, I thought, something might happen here. Then 2-2,
welcome into the circle.
Scoring that moment, I thought,
we have Luca Quarta.
Really good moment.
We have a special guest, Luca Quarta. There's been a couple of people come into the circle, ask a question. I've got Luca online here. Luca Quarta is an Arsenal supporter. He actually goes to a few games as well, and he's an MK Don supporter as well, right?
Correct.
And we're interviewing Luca about his Arsenal life. He started in 2006, just after the Champions League final, and we just talked about the FA Cup win. So after that was a magic FA Cup to win. We were 2-0 down versus Hull, and Santi Cazorla dragged us back into the game. And I know we equalised, and then we had Aaron Ramsey score the winner.
Correct. That was good. That was a really, really good moment at the time.
Tell me a little bit about Aaron Ramsey. What your thoughts are about Aaron Ramsey up to this time? His career kind of is the same length as your supporting of Arsenal.
I think Aaron Ramsey's had a really, really good career. Obviously, he's bought 2 good, successful FA Cups and all that stuff, from like winning the FA Cup in 2014 and 2017. And I think Ramsey's been a really, really good long servant from 2008 to 2019. Yeah. And what he's done for the club, he's done really, really well. And yes, he has been a frustrating player at times. But he's a really, really important player, and I think he brings a lot to a team. And I think it's a shame he's going at the end of the season. It's a shame that we didn't redo his contract and all that stuff. But he will always be a legend. At least he didn't go to a rival club. And I wish him very well at Juventus.
Yeah, I agree with you, Luca, that he is a legend. Some of the more hardline Arsenal supporters would say he's not a legend. But, you know, how would you define a legend, a club legend?
Well, I look at it right. It's that.
Hi, Gundit News.
Say that again.
So people are dropping in. We have 2 people on the live chats now. Gundit News is in the live chats. So could the second person let us know who's here? London Old School, maybe. But we're talking about defining Aaron Ramsey as a legend, right, Luca?
Yes, I think he's a good legend at Arsenal. I think he'll go down at one of probably the best legends at Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, I know we haven't won like big trophies and that, but what he's done at the club, like I said earlier, like we won the FA Cup and all that. He's like brought a lot to a team, and he's one of those players who can be really, really loyal.
Yeah.
And that.
Hi, London Old School.
Yes, he may not give 100% performance every single week.
Hi, Noe.
One of those guys who can be loyal and clap towards the fans.
Okay. So, Luca, we have London Old School. We have Noe. I think you know Noe Donis as well.
Yes,
we have Luca Quarta with us as a special guest this week. We're just talking about Luca's Arsenal life right now. Later, we'll get into the Southampton game and even the Bate game. But Noe and London Old School, Gundit's in the comments section as well. So please interact with each other. We're going to have fun tonight.
Of course we are.
So yeah, we're talking about Aaron Ramsey, and Luca and I kind of agree that Aaron Ramsey is a legend. We're talking about Luca starting in 2006 as an Arsenal supporter, which is pretty much mirrored Ramsey's career at Arsenal. So we think he's a legend because he has given us these special moments in FA Cup finals. How about that Chelsea game in the FA Cup as well, Luca?
Yeah, I thought the Chelsea game, what he done in that game, to get that moment, I wasn't confident at the time, back in 2017, when we had all those defenders out.
Yeah.
And obviously, I thought at the time, I do think Wenger should have gone that point, because obviously, winning the FA Cup in 2017, I thought it was the right time for Wenger to go that time before he left last season. And I think it was the right spot for him to go. Then we could have got a new manager in. We could have obviously challenged for the league and that. But
if you guys have any questions for Luca, I will relay the questions to Luca also.
Yeah.
You know, but
I'll obviously feedback to you guys, and obviously
but
in this chat.
And what does the FA Cup? I know we're going to be off page from the rest of the stuff today, but what does the FA Cup mean to you, London Old School and Noe and Gundit? You know, the FA Cup is a very special thing to me growing up. You know, you go out on the fields and try to recreate those moments in cup finals. What do you think, Luca?
Well, I thought growing up as an Arsenal fan, I used to always think the FA Cup I still think the FA Cup's a great competition. Don't get me wrong. I think it's obviously like it's really, really good. It's nice to see teams obviously surprise you, shocks and that. And that's what we love about the FA Cup. It's the magic of the FA Cup and that. But I look at it right as thinking that, yeah, I'd love to win the FA Cup, don't get me wrong. But I do kind of like, I don't want to like be like taking the slate of the competition, but I do kind of get bored of winning the FA Cup because I want to win like a different competition. Like I want Arsenal to obviously challenge for other things and that. Don't get me wrong, I love the FA Cup.
Absolutely.
Competition and that. I was disappointed that we lost to Manchester United last month.
Yeah.
But I look at it right that we're Arsenal Football Club. We need to challenge for other things. Like we need to be back into the Champions League. We need to be challenging for the Europa League, and that's what our pride is. I think top four is a really, really good chance now because we're in the top four now. Manchester United dropped points. Chelsea have a game in hand against Brighton, but those two games, what we've got coming up. Tottenham and Manchester United is going to define whether we're good enough to get into the top four, and I'll take at least 4 points out of that game.
Yeah, London Old School said he went to the 1979 FA Cup finals. So we have, younger and older supporters, and we're all welcome here in the circle. I was 8 years old, but what a great moment for London Old School to go to a cup final. And Noe says he loves the competition, was really disappointed when Man United beat us. But hopefully we can trade that loss against Manchester United for a win next month against them at the Emirates.
Definitely.
Were you watching the games today, Luca?
What, the Arsenal game?
Yeah, of course.
I watched the Arsenal game at home and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I watched it in that.
Yeah.
Then I watched it on my phone and that because obviously I don't have Sky and all that stuff. So
yeah.
It wasn't live and all that, so I don't have Sky or BT or nothing. So I streamed it on my phone and it didn't even freeze once. Not even.
And Luca, I know you like to rant a little bit, and
yes, I do. I have the history of ranting.
I will definitely give you an opportunity right now to rant about something. So what topic would you like to talk about?
What, any topic with Arsenal?
Any Arsenal topic, yeah.
About the Ozil situation.
Ozil, okay, perfect.
Okay, ask me a question about Mr. Ozil.
Okay, I'm trying to give you an opportunity to rant, so I will ask you an opportunity about Ozil. Do you think Ozil is effective for this Arsenal side?
Well, the thing is, right, with Mesut Ozil, right, I look at it right, is that Unai Emery's not really a big fan of Mesut Ozil this season and what's been going on around the whole club. I personally think he's not worth £350,000.
No.
And we have the trouble with, obviously, like, our fan base, right? Okay, we have a trouble with our fan base. Is that you get Mesut Ozil lovers out there, some people you might get Mesut Ozil haters out there as well.
London Old School wants to know if you would start him or bring him on from the bench.
To me, I do think he should have started today and that, but he came on today on the bench, and yes, he put in a few good balls and all that kind of stuff, but I do think Mesut Ozil should start the games against the likes of Southampton and Bournemouth and that, because next week against Tottenham is a big game for Arsenal, and we all know the North London derby is a big game for Arsenal and a Tottenham fan. But I do think...
Agree, Noe.
I do think Ozil should start against Tottenham because of the creativity in that.
That's...
Agree with me with that, because I remember I was watching Troops' video the other night against Borisov on Arsenal Fan TV, and he was saying, start Ozil against Southampton, but not against Tottenham. He thinks you should go with Aaron Ramsey because Ramsey's a guy where he actually thinks like, okay, he means this a lot to the team. This is the game where you kind of mean it. This is Tottenham Hotspur here. He wants to go out there and obviously put on a good performance. I
think he's too much of a liability on the field to play at Wembley. What do you think?
I do think he's a bit of a liability because obviously you don't know what Mesut Ozil could bring. And that.
It's the inconsistency, and Noe said that he's the most expensive bench warmer in the world.
Of course he is. Because if you've got playing. Look, I respect Unai Emery. Don't get me wrong. I love Emery. I'm an Emery in. Don't get me wrong. I think Unai Emery should stay.
I hear you.
That's what he's doing in that. Yeah, I know the formation, the team selection, and all the tactics he's got wrong in the last few weeks and that. But I think, right, I just think with Mesut Ozil, I do think he should start him. He needs sort of kind of small games with the games what we need, because you're paying the high-wage player. Why don't you just play the player?
Yeah. I mean, he's getting paid that money. On his days, world class, but those days are getting rare. London old school. How many game days do you think, Luca, that Ozil has been outstanding this season?
Well, I look at it like not many 2 games, because I remember the game when we played Leicester. I think it was October. We played them on the Monday night, and Ozil was outstanding. That one what Arsenal made to score that. I think it was, well, he scored the equaliser because at the vital time we were 1-0 down against Leicester and that.
Yep.
But Ozil scored an important goal at the time to make it 1-1. We were in the game at the time. Leicester played well in the first half, and I remember that game.
Yeah.
But I do think a game against Leicester, I thought Ozil played really, really well, especially that goal, that third goal, what we scored.
Yeah.
That
was a great. That was a great goal, and what we would not give to see that every week, you know.
That's what we want to see. We want to see Mesut Ozil be consistent. But do the club, does Emery trust Mesut Ozil every single week? That's the question. Do you have what it takes for him to be consistent against the big games? Because I've been to Arsenal matches over the years. I go maybe like 3, 4, 5, 6 games a season, and the games what I watch on telly, if I'm down the pub or if I'm watching anywhere, I'm watching Arsenal, even if I'm going to the game.
Agree, Noe.
He can't track back. He can't defend, and that's what the problem with Ozil is.
Welcome into the circle of fourth person. We are interviewing Luca Quarta here, Arsenal fan. He's my first interview so far. Gundit is a regular, but Gundit's in the comments section right now, so he's tearing it up down there in the comments section.
By the way, Man City won the Carabao Cup.
Yes, they won the Carabao Cup, did they?
Yeah, they won on penalties.
Right, Man City has beaten Chelsea on penalties in the Carabao Cup. Thanks for that, Luca. That's great information.
David Luiz missed a penalty.
David Luiz, Sideshow Bob.
Yeah.
Do you think Chelsea is out of the running for a top 4 now?
No, I don't think they're not outside the top 4. I know things are not looking good at the moment, and obviously I know
Sarri Ball is not doing so good.
Sarri Ball is not very good, and he is players. It is funny the way Chelsea are playing at the moment, but I do think, let's take the league out of the equation for today. I do think the Carabao Cup final, I do think Chelsea were a bit unlucky. I thought they gave everything what they did today, but they were a bit unlucky on the penalty shootout. But getting back into the top 4, no, I don't think they're not quite outside the top 4 just yet. But things are not looking really, really good at the moment.
Yeah.
Chelsea still have to go. Chelsea do have the hard run. They still have to obviously go to Anfield. They've still got to go to Old Trafford. Man United got a very, very good draw against Liverpool. Both teams took a very, very good point today. Man United at the moment. But I look at it right, is that I still think all 3 teams have got a very, very good chance. But the most chances, the favourite is obviously Manchester United, because Manchester United are obviously on current good form at the moment.
Look at Noe said that it's more like Sarri ass ball. Get it? Sorry ass.
Yeah, I do get that. I definitely.
I know you and Noe have a relationship. You talk to each other and stuff, or had in the past. But so shout out to Noe, shout out to London Old School and Gundit News down there. Thanks for sticking with us through thick and thin. Luca, I still want to give you an opportunity to rant a little bit, because you do like to do that, right?
Of course, I'm voice to be recognised. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm the younger version of Claude.
That's what Noe said before. You're the younger version of Claude, yes. And we love Claude, and we love those kind of comments as well.
Yes, we
Um,
do. They're great
so
characters.
so excited you're able to come on today and talk with us.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
we can do this
appreciate it.
another
Thank you.
time.
Thank you very much.
Maybe we can do it another time down the line as well.
Awesome.
But
Anytime.
let me ask you. Here's my personal opinion, Luke. I think Chelsea are in such disarray that they're. I'm not counting them in the race for top four.
No?
I think that we're in a direct fight with Manchester United, and
True.
I feel like Manchester United have very difficult games. I don't know if you saw a video that I put out, the route to the top four.
No, I haven't because I haven't seen it at the moment. But I'm going to go back and watch that.
All right, cool. But I explain how Manchester United have a more difficult, on paper, they have a more difficult run in than we do. We do.
Did you make that video a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, sir. About 10 days ago.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah. I remember you said I think we've got like the easier run, haven't we?
Yeah, we have an outstanding chance if we can play consistently.
We've got to go to Tottenham next week. That's going to be a difficult game. Our away form against the top six, we have a bad history. We haven't won an away game in the Premier League since 2015 against the big sides.
Yeah.
Man United's going to be is a doable chance because we're at home and that. I know we lost in the FA Cup, but the league's more different in the FA Cup. I'm sure we're not going to have another bad performance again, and I do think we've got a good chance in one of those games. But I would be happy to go into that Tottenham game next week. We have to go there. We're like, we beat Southampton. Let's beat Bournemouth Wednesday night.
That's a big one.
We should win that game. That's a big one. Every game's a massive game now to the end of the season.
Yeah.
But I remember watching DT's podcast the other day with Bobby.
Yeah.
I know it probably won't happen, but if we win every single game, for example, or at least go far, we will be in the top four anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for even Tottenham losing yesterday. Maybe they're going to get pulled into that race for top four.
Top four is wide open now.
With Tottenham losing against Burnley, which I had predicted that they would lose. The thing with Tottenham is the minute the media talk them up, they kind of fall on the banana skin.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but top four is obviously wide open at the moment. Do I think we're going to catch up with Spurs? Well, we're 7 points off. Depending if we could beat Spurs next week, then that will be interesting because that will go to 4 points.
Exactly. That would bring us...
From that, and that gives us a good chance to catch up with Tottenham.
Yeah.
But I can't see it, but...
Yeah, but you know me, I'm optimistic.
We've got to be optimistic. We've got to get behind the boys.
You're right, London Old School, Spurs losing their battle. I predicted yesterday they would lose 1-0. I was thinking about a 2-1 scoreline, but I did predict a defeat for Tottenham. It did come to pass, and Tottenham seem to bottle it a little bit, don't they, Luca?
Definitely.
Tell me, so let's step back to the midweek. We had that home game versus Bate. Were you ever worried about that result?
Well, I wasn't actually. I know people are going to disagree with me and probably going to think I'm a bit deluded in that, but everyone's starts their opinion. But I actually wasn't confident going into that game because obviously they had that 1-0 lead and I was quite nervous going into that game. And I know we were going to get the job done just about, but I was just a bit worried we were going to go out on away goals. But no, talking about the performance, I think it was a really good performance. We got the job done, and the only chance they had in the first half was when one of their players beat Petr Cech and then Linkstein and cleared the ball.
Yes.
That would have went in. That at the time, that would have been 1-1, and they would have been on 2-1 aggregate, and it could have changed the game. It could have had an effect on the game.
Yeah.
But I thought we went out there. I thought starting Mesut Ozil. When I looked at the team sheet on my phone, I was looking. We know what Ozil's starting. I thought yes, we can get the job done. Because before that game, I was thinking, is Ozil going to play? Does he play? Then I think, I'm confident we can get the job. Score 2-3 goals, and we won the game 3-0. I think Bolsov, the only chance they had, like I said, was when Linkstein cleared that ball off the line.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really good game. And we needed that game. We needed that win. We were through to the next round.
Yep.
And we've got Rennes in the next round.
Rennes, yep. And
in that game, but
yeah, I saw the training ground techniques. They were doing some corner routines, which seemed to work out pretty well in the game. What do you think, Luca?
say that again, sorry.
They were training and practicing on corner routines.
Yeah, I did hear something about that because I remember Robbie was saying on Arsenal Fan TV that they trained really hard for this week, and that's a good thing for them not to train. But I do think we were a bit too much against them, and I do think we had more quality out there.
We had more quality. I think it was one of those games where we lost out there. A 1-0 win.
If we would have lost that game in the second leg, then going into that Southampton game would have been like, you know what, fans would have been happy. We would have been out of the Europa League. But no, we didn't lose that game. We won that game. We kept a clean sheet. It's 2 clean sheets in all competitions.
Yeah.
But
so
we haven't done that for a long time.
exactly right. That's a great point, Luca. 2 clean sheets today and midweek. We're turning the corner a little bit, I think. Confidence is growing.
Well, for the moment, yes, but I don't want to get too excited. But let's see where we happen going into that Tottenham and Man United game. If we can maybe try and beat Spurs and get a draw against Man United, then 4 points would be very good. Because one of those games where we have to, and I'd rather beat Tottenham. Okay, because we need to go and get revenge, and if we beat Spurs, we'll do the double over them, won't we?
But I'm going to put this to you, Luca. It's more important to beat Manchester United than Tottenham.
It is.
If we can have one win, I'd rather beat Manchester United at home than Tottenham.
Really?
Yes, because they're our direct rival for top 4.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from about Man United and that, because obviously if we can win that game, that might actually have an effect, and we might go like a few points ahead of Manchester United and that.
Now he feels it will beat Spurs and strong arm emoji.
Can we stop Harry Kane though? Can we stop Harry Kane?
Can we stop Harry Kane, Noe? Can we stop Harry Kane, Noe? Hopefully we score. Our identity, our
defend a lot better like we did today, because the second half we did kind of switch off. We had a few Southampton had a few good spells where they could have actually got a goal back.
Yes. Leno did pull off a few good saves.
If Leno pulls a few good saves, if we play like we did in the first half, we will destroy Tottenham.
No, he feels we can beat Tottenham.
I like you optimistic in that. Noah. I like you optimistic.
Yeah. London Old School said he'd take a draw against Man United and a win against Spurs.
I'll take that.
I'll take that all day long. If we get 4.
We need to beat Spurs next week. We need to shut them up and show that North London is friend, and we need to prove to them that we can do the double over.
Yeah.
A draw isn't a bad result. I'll take a draw.
Yeah.
But I want to win because I've got to say something right.
Yeah.
It's my birthday next Saturday against Tottenham.
Oh, awesome. April 2nd.
I'd like to see Arsenal win, and it'll be a very good birthday present. My birthday's on the 2nd of March.
2nd of March, sorry. Yeah. That would be a great birthday gift if Arsenal.
We never win on my birthday though. We have a bad history.
Okay, a bad history, but hopefully that changes with a new manager, a new coach.
That's why when it comes on that day, I'm going to feel positive and feel optimistic. I'm going to try and feel.
Did you hear that, Noe? Luca's going to be positive and optimistic on his birthday. Good stuff, Luca. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But what do you think? How do you think Emery's doing this year?
I think Unai Emery's done very well. I know the first 2 games at the start of the season was very tough. We all knew that we weren't going to get something out of Manchester City. We all know who Man City are. We all know what players. They're world-class players. They're title contenders. They always will be at this moment of time. Chelsea, I thought we were unlucky at Stamford Bridge. The chances what we had, when we were 2-0 down, I thought the game's put to bed. Well, we brought it back to 2-2 at half-time, but the sitters what we missed. It could have been 5-2 at half-time when the Aubameyang missed a couple of sitters, Iwobi missed, Mickey missed a chance.
Wow,
we were over in the first half, and I do think we really could have actually won the game. We got a draw out of that game. I thought we were very undeserved to lose that game. I thought we deserved to get something out of that game. I know we have a bad history at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea always find a way to beat us at the Bridge, and we haven't won there since 2011 when Van Persie scored.
Van Persie 5-3, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. But after that, right, we went on a good 22-game unbeaten run, and I do think that we kind of like our fans. I do think we kind of everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's good to be positive, be optimistic, and that. But I do think we did get a little bit too carried away. I'm not saying the wrong way in that about us. I like to win all these games and that, but I do think I know nobody didn't know what was going to happen in that. But after that Southampton game, we all knew that the history of Arsenal, Christmas, when you have difficult games come like this, where we actually are head stopped. We did obviously go on a bit of a bad run in that.
So you were more pessimistic about our 22-game unbeaten run. You thought we were getting away with some results.
Well, we were. We did. I thought everybody's done really, really well. We all thought things weren't going to go to plan. Yeah, we might even try and make a challenge or even get to the top four.
So you didn't think that our striker? I thought at that time, Luca, that our strikers were really, really good, and they were the ones who were putting away. They were being efficient and putting away half chances, you know.
Yeah. I thought our strikers done really, really well at the time. Lacazette and Aubameyang. Don't forget, we've got two of the best strikers, or say one of the best two strikers elite partnership in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But everybody thought that Fulham game when we won 5-1 before the international break. I can't remember what month it was. I think it was October.
Yeah.
People were saying we've got our Arsenal back, and I'm like, hold on. We haven't got our Arsenal back yet. Don't get too excited. Just let's see where we could be in those games and that. But there was a few games I thought we were a bit unlucky this season. Like, obviously, I remember the game at Old Trafford, 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we switched off in that game.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because we don't have defenders who can get a hold of the back four and organise.
We don't. It's a mentality thing. That's the problem. Because I remember when Kolasinac, what was he doing? He was ball watching on Jesse Lingard's goal. We were 2-1 up.
Yeah.
We were 2-1 up. And Mkhitaryan did have an offside goal in the last minute. I actually thought they were winning, but I thought we were unlucky in that game. Maybe it could have been a fair result. Maybe a draw was a fair result. But some of the mistakes what we made cost us that game.
Yeah, I remember thinking of all times and all years, this was the best time to play Manchester United.
It was the time.
It was, right?
All the time.
We should have taken them.
Grief and that. Since Solskjaer's come in, they've done a really, really good job.
If we'd had Arsene Wenger's first set of defenders, Steve Bold and Tony Adams, that would never have happened. The concentration would not have been allowed.
If we would have had them lot, and if they were still playing at prime at the time, or if we had bought defenders like them, they would have told, like Mustafi, and all that, saying, hey, we're 2-1 up here.
Yeah.
Don't throw this in. This is Old Trafford. We haven't won here since 2006 in the Premier League. So
that's,
look at that, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's part of the DNA of our defenders. So we need to address that in the summertime.
That's the problem. Is that we don't have defenders. We don't have a leader. We don't have like a Tony Adams. It's like Koscielny. I think he's finished. I think he was finished 5 years ago. Mustafi, I don't rate the guy. I never rate Mustafi, and he's inconsistent. I think our best defender, Socrates, because that Socrates and Rob Holding partnership, when we lost Rob Holding to injury at Old Trafford, Holding and Socrates carried us in that 22-game unbeaten.
That was a big loss. To lose Holding.
I do think if Rob Holding was carrying on this season and he was putting on produced some good performance, I do think he probably would have got the best defender in our club.
Yeah, and arguably, Luca, we would be 4, 5, or 6 points better off.
We would have been. That Holding and Socrates partnership, you rectify and go back and look at that. Is that them two played really, really well. And Rob Holding is a guy that is more calm than the ball. He's a young guy. He had potential, and he had someone alongside Socrates who had the experience and all that. That's what we lack. Yeah. Okay? That's what we lack. Because to me, Socrates is our best defender, is what we've got.
Our Socrates is our best defender. Do we need to buy two?
I think we need someone alongside him.
Right.
That's what we lack. Koscielny and Mustafi are average defenders, but they're not good enough if we want a challenge. And obviously, move on and move this club forward.
Do you think, Luca, we need to add one defender in the summer or two?
We need 2 centre backs in the summer.
And would you still play Socrates with one of those defenders? Or would you start with 2 good ones?
I would start with 2. I'll start with 2 good ones. I think we need 2 centre backs. I think Koscielny needs to go at the end of the season.
Harry Maguire, Malonas, and Alderweireld are the comments in the section.
Well, yeah, I'd love to have Harry Maguire or Costas Malinos, and I wonder why. You know that Roma director? He's coming in as a replacement for Spence.
Monchi.
I wonder if he could try and get Costas Malinos and try and persuade him to come in.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
Can you imagine having Malinos and Socrates in that Greek partnership?
And
with Mafropanos as a backup, you could have a whole Greek wall defence.
Not to try and prey on Leicester's difficulties right now, but Claude Puel got sacked, and Leicester seems to be in a bit of disarray. Harry Maguire must be thinking about his future right now.
Yeah, I know, but I'd love to have Harry Maguire. We need a young English defender. But will Stan Kroenke go out and put the funds, really give the funds to everybody, go out and spend 60, 70 million on a world-class defender? No.
No, he said Alderweireld is Sol Campbell 2.0. And I want to get Chilwell as well, London Old School.
Ben Chilwell will be perfect for a left-back, a young English left-back. But he'll cost a lot of money. Manchester City are favourites to sign him, obviously. But Chilwell, I'd love to have Ben Chilwell. And for me, I remember what D was saying. He's been saying this in his last previews. He says Kolasinac is a better defender going forward, but he can't defend. That's what I used to say in my reviews and my previews and that. I used to always say Nacho Monreal's the better defender who can defend.
Yeah.
But Kolasiniac's good going forward. But Lucas Kolasinac, I think we should get rid of Kolasinac and keep Nacho Monreal as a backup. Because I do think if we could bring someone young.
Can we keep Monreal for 1 more year?
1 more year what?
Can we keep Monreal for 1 more year?
Yeah, why not? I think did he not sign a 1-year contract?
I'm not sure about that, but I agree with you. I think Monreal should and could survive for another year.
Monreal's a really, really good defender. Yes, he's getting on a bit. I can understand. I do think he'll sign a contract and that. But when's his contract expired?
We can check into that. Anyone in the comments know about that?
I don't know. Surely he's not on the free.
His contract is 1 more year, maybe. We'll find out for that for you, Luca.
Surely he's not on the free because Dan Welbeck's leaving at the end of the season. Czech's going. Ramsey will.
I think why not offer Welbeck a contract to keep him another year, and then we have some value in him. We could sell him. We could sell him in 16 months. Then.
Would you keep Danny Welbeck?
I would keep Danny Welbeck because we saw how much we miss him this season, how effective he was coming on in place of Lacazette and or Aubameyang at times.
I look at Danny Welbeck, right? Like the games what I've been going to Arsenal over the years, Danny Welbeck's good enough as an impact player. Like obviously, if we get a Lacazette or Aubameyang injured, or maybe if they're not playing well, maybe we can bring another Danny Welbeck on. So obviously, he's an impact player who can come on and make something special in that. But I do think, obviously, if Welbeck goes at the end of the season, do you think we probably need a backup to obviously with Lacazette and Aubameyang?
Yes.
Eddie Nketiah, but
I don't think Eddie Nketiah is ready yet.
I don't think he's not ready. I think Nketiah, I look at his right. I think he needs to go out on loan, maybe to a Championship club, get a bit of experience, and that Championship League One club, get a bit of experience. London Old School
said Monreal has a 1-year extension in his contract.
That's the thing then. So that's why if we could bring someone like Ben Chilwell in, for example, I don't know how much it will cost, but maximum maybe like 50 million.
I'll ask you.
This is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like with Mesut Ozil, right? That's why I know there's fans out there with Mesut Ozil, right? That there's fans out there. Okay, people might want to keep him, people might not want to keep. You get lovers out there and haters out there. That's why we can cut this £350,000 a week, sell some of these players, get them off the wage bill. Then we can afford these kind of players like Ben Chilwell.
Right.
But it depends if Stan Kroenke is going to spend the money though.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to go at it. You get rid of Ozil, and you have a big chunk of change you can use, or you get rid of some of the mediocre players.
Right, you get fans out there. I know everyone's entitled to their opinion. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Entitled to their gender and that. But
It's 50-50 on Ozil, right?
50-50 on Ozil. That's why I look at it thinking that I want Ozil to go personally in that, but I'll get behind him. Whatever thing, I'm not going to slag him off and say, oh, he's got to go. I don't want him to play for the rest of the season. I personally think let's see what he does until the end of the season. I think we should play him against Tottenham because we need that creativity going into Tottenham next week at Wembley.
Yeah.
And I do think, see what he does to the end of the season. If he doesn't produce, he's got to go, personally.
London Old School said for 350 week, you should be making more assists and scoring goals.
He should. I absolutely agree with him.
And Gundit says it's about AK. I don't know what that means, Gundit. I personally want Alex... Lowy says, I personally want Alex Telles to come to Arsenal. He's an amazing left back.
Oh, that's the one who... Is that the one from Porto?
Is that from Porto, Noe? I rely on Gundit for all of the exotic players on playing on the continent, Luca. So Gundit is my helper. He's my co-host. No, he says yes. He is the Porto player.
Oh, he's the Porto. I haven't seen him play, but obviously I don't know much about him. But yeah, we could bring him in. But I do prefer maybe someone like Ben Chilwell and that.
Yeah.
We need someone young. And what I like Ben Chilwell is that I've watched England games and that.
Yep.
And obviously, what I like about him, he's young, he's quick, he's got potential, and that's what you need. We need a good promising left back.
He reminds me of a London Old School might remember this. He reminds me of a Graham Lasso or a Dennis Irwin, who's a very, very consistent player in the fullback. But Luke, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not worry about the amount of money we can spend this summer. You're only allowed to buy 3 players. You're Unai Emery. You're only allowed to buy 3 players this season. What positions would you look at replacing?
Well,
You don't have to give me names of players, just positions that need strengthening.
Okay. Well, Czech's leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And it's 3 players. Well, I wish it was 4, but it's 3.
Listen, I'll give you 4 because I was not thinking about a goalkeeper. So I'll give you 4.
Thank you. Okay. We need a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Czech's leaving at the end of the season. Back
Yep.
up. We don't know what the question with David Ospina is.
Okay.
Personally, I don't rate David Ospina. I think he should go. And
Maybe we'll meet him in the Europa
I
League.
think we need a keeper, and that if Martinez is not going to get promoted and that. And I don't personally think he's not going to get promoted. I think he'll probably go out on loan or go somewhere else. So I do think we need a keeper.
Right.
Back up with Leno. Maybe someone young or maybe someone experienced that's going to do a good backup job to play these sort of cup games next season. We need 2 centre backs. I think Koscielny's got to go. I think, like I said earlier in this podcast, this chat, I think he was done 5-6 years ago. The guy's always injured. He doesn't really put good performances in that. I know recently he's put on good performances in that.
Yes.
He's done a good job today.
I agree with you. Yeah.
And I think Mustafi's not good enough. And the club are looking and thinking that there is rumours that Mustafi could go, whether Emery doesn't like him. And I do think we need to strengthen 2 centre backs. And the 4th thing
2 centre backs. Right.
is probably.
So you got a goalkeeper and 2 centre backs right now. And you want a winger, okay. So I understand as well because it's going to be difficult to do a lot of business this summer.
It is, definitely, because do you trust Stan Kroenke, though?
No, I don't mention Stan Kroenke anymore.
No. I'm sure you know Kroenke over there in America and that, don't you?
Yeah, he's on the other side of the country, though. Like, I would have to travel a fair distance to even see him.
Definitely.
Noe is probably closer to him. We should send Noe on a mission.
Definitely, I agree.
Noe's on the West Coast.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
So Noe might be close to the LA Rams area. I don't know. Welcome into the circle. We have a 4th person. Please let us know who you are. We are interviewing Luca Quarta, an Arsenal supporter, and we're talking about all things Arsenal. So the conversation's going real good right now. Luca has just said, I posed the question, if we get 4 new players in, what positions to fill? He said goalkeeper, 2 center backs, and a winger, which is a very good shout. Very good shout, Luca.
It is, of course.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question about Kroenke. Should we even talk about Kroenke anymore? Should he even be part of the conversation?
We can still talk about it if you want about Stan Kroenke, but you can if you want.
I don't talk about him anymore, but if you wanted to say something, I'm giving you some airtime.
What I say is that about Stan Kroenke, right, is that we know what's happened, we know the history. Our transfer policy is very, very, very bad when it comes to summer or the January transfer window. Is that we don't obviously fill out the positions what we really, really want. Like, we buy too many attackers and that. And with Stan Kroenke, right, with an owner who sits in America, cares about the LA Rams, obviously we don't trust Stan Kroenke, what he
Welcome
does.
in. Leave a question, a new person. Do you think Stan Kroenke cares about the supporters and how they feel?
No, I don't think he doesn't care. Thank you very much for the question, whoever sent that. But I don't care. He doesn't care really, because obviously he doesn't care about the supporters. He's only there for obviously taking money out of the club. And obviously he's borrowed money from the Deutsche Bank and all that. And Stan Kroenke, he just cares about the LA Rams. He just cares about the LA Rams. Like he puts his money. He's used 1.6 billion out of his own money to put it towards the NFL, the Super Bowl, and all that this year. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
And the only way we can get rid of him is boycott. But fans are not going to boycott now. People have learned that now. Obviously, people have got over and hangover about the whole boycott situation. People love the club too much, because obviously people want to go to Arsenal Football Club a lot, buy the merchandise. They're obviously going to get the new kits, and obviously if we do get Champions League next season, and obviously this is the year where we get Champions League, the whole Adidas is going to come in, and more money and sponsorships and all that.
I totally agree with you. Just as a side note, Luca, I was there last year for Arsene Wenger's last game. I'm actually wearing the shirt from that game. Mercy Arsene, the Burnley game. But
nice.
At the end, with all of the ceremony for sending off the previous manager, Stan Kroenke was mentioned, and he was roundly booed by 60,000 people.
He was. I remember watching it on the live stream.
Yeah.
And we won that game. I think it was 5-0.
5-0.
5-0. And I remember watching it, and Arsene Wenger had a good speech at the time.
What would you like to say about Arsene Wenger? What is his legacy?
In what way his legacy?
Yeah, what would you like to say about his 22 years at Arsenal?
Well, I thought Arsene Wenger over the years, over the 22 years, what he achieved, like when he first came in, obviously no one could predict at the time that we went 49 game unbeaten.
49.
He obviously went a whole season unbeaten and that. And then obviously
fantastic achievement.
Obviously it was frustrating over the years with the whole Wenger situation. I do think, like, starting with the good positive things, he won us trophies, he won the title and all that.
Yeah.
And he was a manager where you look is thinking that, okay, he never obviously wanted to give up. He was there, he was really, really caring and all that. But the bad things about it is that obviously I do think that he should have gone after the FA Cup when we won the FA Cup against Chelsea 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I do think it was the right time, or maybe the 2014 one. I do think he should have gone at least about 10 years ago at least.
Yeah.
Because it was the right time to get rid of him, and everybody wanted change and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Unai Emery in, and really.
Yeah, London Old School said that he was a great manager, and he did really good work on a shoestring budget early in his career when he knew the French market. But yeah, he should have bowed out 2 years ago. But no, he said that we have great football under Arsene Wenger. And that's kind of our DNA. Arsene Wenger has given us our DNA of how to play, what kind of football we should be playing. Yeah.
What do you think of Unai Emery's style of play compared to Arsene Wenger's?
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think the difference is?
that's a question I was going to ask you, but I will totally answer that question, Luca. So I feel that Unai Emery is under such pressure this year. He's not able to really implement his own style of play. He is a pragmatic manager. He's trying to get results in a kind of a conservative way and not playing free flowing football. He's not been able to introduce young players, which I would have liked to have seen a couple of young players introduced. But there's a risk with young players when you bring them into the team. You're potentially going to lose points. London Old School has said more pensive style of play. I agree with that. He's a very cautious manager, Luca, or coach.
He is definitely.
But we are showing slight improvement from last year. Our points.
There is a few improvements, like obviously with like the 22-game unbeaten run. And at the start of the season, at the time we were 22-game unbeaten run, I remember people were saying at the time he's not afraid to make a substitution at the time,
which we loved. We loved that.
I remember when Arsene Wenger at the time, like he always kept bringing players on.
Yeah.
Really late.
And he wouldn't take Ozil off ever. If Ozil had a bad game, he wouldn't hook him off.
No, Emery. And what I like about Unai Emery is, I know it's a bit frustrating what's been for the last few weeks. Obviously, he's got the team wrong, the selection and that. But all managers get that wrong. And I know he's not playing Mesut Ozil now. But what you look about Unai Emery compared to Wenger is that Emery knows like what the problems are. And that, I know we're going through a transition and that he needs 2 or 3 transfer windows to obviously get the best out of these players and get the squad and the players that he wants to bring in to build around our squad what we need to do. Because when we brought Mesut Ozil in, we were supposed to build around Mesut Ozil. Yeah. Weren't we?
And we did a little bit with a Savage player called Alexis Sanchez.
Alexis Sanchez what?
Alexis Sanchez, who became kind of a selfish player, but we did build around Ozil. We bought Alexis Sanchez the next summer. Where did we go wrong, Luca?
What with the Alexis Sanchez?
No, we got Ozil, and you said we were supposed to build around him, and we brought in Alexis. Where did we go wrong? Because we had that Leicester title win that we could possibly have won that league.
Yeah, we could have
that year. Where we had a season where we didn't buy anybody.
Yeah, I do agree. I think at the time when Leicester won the title back in 2016, everybody was doing rubbish and all that at the time. I do think it was the year where we could have won the league, but we only bought a goalkeeper from Chelsea, Czech. We didn't buy no outfield player. And if we would have bought, I don't know, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and we were linked with Lacazette for like 10 years. And
we were linked with Lacazette for a few summers. And we were lucky to get Lacazette because he was due to go to Atletico Madrid and they had some problems.
He was. And we lucky. They had problems and we were lucky.
We were lucky to get Lacazette.
I think it right. If we would have had a better striker at the time, if we would have bought a couple of good players, we could have won the league that year.
And that's part of my one of my criticisms of Arsene Wenger was he was a little bit stubborn in buying a player that we absolutely needed. I always felt like he wanted to just buy just enough ingredients for a cake. He didn't buy enough for the he didn't buy enough for the icing. If we'd have pushed out the boat and spent 15, 20 million on another player or two, we could have been better than we were, and we could have won the Premier League.
We could have won the league at that year, but obviously we didn't. Leicester didn't amazing achievement. No one didn't expect that they were going to win the title. There were 5,000 to 1 to win the title.
Yeah. I mean,
they were.
Fair play to Leicester. They were unbreakable on that run-in. They were so focused and so concentrated. Ranieri did a great job with them.
Kante obviously helped Leicester.
Yeah, but it took a whole cast around Kante as well. So, you got to give props to Leicester.
Kante.
Yeah.
When we bought Granit Xhaka and Mustafi,
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
And I personally think we should get rid of those two players. I don't rate Granit Xhaka and Mustafi.
Right.
But remember when we had the chance when Wenger could have signed N'Golo Kante?
Yeah.
And we chose to sign Xhaka for 35
Yeah.
million.
Yeah. Weeks and months passed. We had the opportunity to get Kante. I think it went close to the end of the transfer window, and Chelsea just took him. Right from under our nose, we could have easily taken him. So stubbornness was part of Arsene Wenger's DNA. He was a bit of a stubborn man. I always got irritated when he'd say he was worried about killing somebody's career.
Definitely, I remember that. I actually remember that.
And he wouldn't bring Fabregas back either. That's another thing that annoyed me about Arsene Wenger. I actually lost my my faith in Arsene Wenger around 2011 when we lost the opening day versus Aston Villa.
Yeah, I remember that 2013.
We lost 3-1. It was 2013. Very good.
Yeah.
So you asked me about Emery's style of play. I don't think he has the style yet. He doesn't have the players.
But at the start of the season, he likes playing the ball back to the keeper, doesn't he?
Correct. I think he kind of gradually through the season got rid of that practice of playing the ball out from the back, because he's become more pragmatic in trying to get top four. As the whole key to this season is getting into the Champions League, getting some more money, so we can go out in the summertime and buy some players.
Because obviously we need to attract players. And I said at the start of the season, when Emery came in, I said, if this guy gets us top four, he's had a good season.
Yeah.
He's had a good season. Yes, I know we've won a couple of games now, but let's not get too excited just yet. We've got difficult games coming up. We've got Tottenham, Man United. Those are massive 2 games. To say if we can get anything out of those games, 4 points, great. We've got a good chance to get into the top 4. I still think we've got a very, very good chance. Chelsea have got a hard run. Man United, like you said earlier, they've got difficult games.
Yeah.
But if we can qualify for the Champions League, get into that top 4, maybe we can move forward as a club.
Exactly. We need to get top 4. We're in a position now where a lot of supporters, myself included, are getting quite confident of getting top 4. How disappointing will it be if we don't get top 4?
I think it'd be really, really, really disappointed of getting to the Champions League.
We're so close. We're so close right now.
Because I remember DC was saying a couple of videos back. I can't remember what video he did.
Welcome into the circle.
He was saying, what if it goes down to goal difference on
Please
the
leave a message.
Season? What? Because Man United
Ask a question.
Goals. Chelsea are doing very, very poor at the moment. They're under pressure at the moment. I don't think Chelsea won't get top 4. But going back to your question, what you said about how disappointed it would be missing the Champions League, I think we'd be very, very disappointed.
Yeah.
I think we won't look for Arsenal. This could be one of these seasons where you think, okay, Arsenal, did they deserve to get Champions League? Did they not deserve to get Champions League? Do you think we were unlucky missing Champions League? Was it our best chance to get Champions League this season?
Thank you, Futuristy AFC. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Welcome to the circle. We have a new person in the circle. So welcome in. We are interviewing Luca Quarta, an Arsenal supporter since 2006. And if you've missed a lot of this, please watch it on playback. It's a really, really good episode so far.
He needs subscribers. Go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He needs 50 subscribers.
Yes, thank you, Luca. Luca, you've been such a great guest, and I want to keep you for a few more minutes. But I would definitely like to have you on maybe in 3 or 4 weeks from now again.
Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. No rush. Thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you for the people who commented and answered the questions.
Yeah. So I believe, talking about Emery's style, we won't see it until we have more Emery players. Thank you, Futuristic AFC. Come in and ask a question. There's 4 other people here that can answer your question.
Okay. What are questions?
So yeah, I believe that Emery does not have a style yet. He's being pragmatic, trying to get the best results that he can for this season. And hopefully we can get. Hey, what do you think, Luca? We get Monchi on board, and we have top four. Maybe we go far in the Europa League. That's a great season.
To me, I think, what would you rather do? Get top four or finish outside the top four and win the Europa League? What would you rather do?
I would like to win a trophy and qualify for the Champions League.
What I want to do is I want to win the Europa League.
That will get us into the Champions League.
People win the Europa League.
Europa League, yeah. I'll take a trophy.
We've got a great chance.
Yep.
But I can't see us winning the Europa League. But I love to win the Europa League. I want to get into the top four, and I do think if we can get into the top four and win the Europa League, I do think it'll be very, very good season for a manager.
Welcome into the circle. Leave a comment. You new person here. Leave a comment. We are talking to Luca Quarta on Arsenal Sports since 2006, and we're having a great show. We had a great win today. Talk a little bit about the first half and the football you saw today.
Yeah, I thought, like I said earlier, the first half it looked really, really good. It felt like the old Arsenal. We dominated the first half. We looked like we could have scored a cricket score, like 3, 4, 5 goals.
Yeah.
We would have took chances. And what disappointed me in that first half is that obviously we didn't take our chances right.
Yeah, you go 2-0. You go 2 goals up pretty quickly after 17 minutes.
We did it. I thought Mkhitaryan had a very, very good game today.
That was a great finish, right? The second goal.
Really, really frightening. I thought our attack was really, really good. We looked like we really, really wanted it today. Southampton looked like a team where they could have easily got destroyed. But second half, I thought we switched off. Southampton looked like they were the better team. They could have scored. I wasn't confident we were going to get a clean sheet. It was our first clean sheet in the Premier League since we beat Chelsea in the Premier League in January. But no. I think it was a good performance. It was well deserved. And hopefully in this start we can move on. We've got Bournemouth Wednesday night.
Yeah.
That's going to be a winnable game. Then we go into that Tottenham game. Hopefully we can beat Bournemouth and then obviously put a bit of pressure going to Tottenham.
No, he said Mickey was on steroids today. And Gundit said high energy first half domination. We needed to take our chances. And he really wanted Mickey to succeed in the second half. What happened in the what do you think happened in the second half, Luca?
Well, I thought second half we kind of switched on a bit. I thought obviously we knew the game was 1 and 2-0.
Eyes on Wednesday a little bit.
And I thought, yeah, you could say that. I thought we do have eyes on Wednesday. I do think the job was done. We thought we quickly wanted to get the job done in the first half.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a little bit frustrated that I know we kept the clean sheet, which is really, really good, but can't complain. It's 2-0, it's 3 points. But I'm a little disappointed that we didn't take our chances, and obviously that goal difference can affect the top 4.
Yeah, I was wondering if you would say goal difference might become important this year.
Well, I do think goal difference will be really, really crucial for this year because whether we do score enough goals, we are capable of scoring goals at home. We're very, very good at home, but it's just that away form.
That's away form, yeah.
Good enough to obviously score enough goals because we're not the team as we used to be to obviously score like loads of goals and that.
Yeah. Before that win against Huddersfield, we had not won in 6 games away from home.
Yeah, that was our first away win
since Bournemouth.
November, I think.
Since Bournemouth, yeah. And who do you think Ozil should play on Wednesday versus Bournemouth?
Yes, I do think Mesut Ozil should start. It's a midweek game. I do think Emery should make a few changes going into that Bournemouth game. Yeah, I know it's a very, very important game.
Yeah.
It's the Premier League, but I do think maybe he could make 1 or 2 changes going into that Tottenham game. And I do think Ozil, this is a game when you could start Ozil, give him confidence, but he can go into that game against Tottenham thinking, I've had a good performance against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And he can go into that Tottenham game like, okay, I'm confident. Let me start here. Let me do what I need to do so I can prove to the manager.
Personally, Luke, I would disagree with you in starting him in Wembley game versus Tottenham.
Wow.
I don't think we can carry Ozil in that game.
I can understand where you're coming from about whether Ozil shouldn't start.
Yeah.
Because obviously he can be lazy. We know the history of Ozil. He never turns up in the big
Yeah.
games.
He just doesn't. He just doesn't track back, and I think his supporters will say he's not that kind of.
But don't you think maybe the creativity as well? To, like, who would obviously give the creativity to Aubameyang and
Yeah.
Lacazette?
No, he. I think the stats say that he creates 2 more chances per game. London Old School said start him against Bournemouth, but not against Spurs. So I think London Old School and I kind of agree with that. We're so close, so we don't need. And I think Emery's going to probably not risk it either.
But I don't think Ozil's not going to start against Tottenham. But if he doesn't start, I think we should go with Aaron Ramsey because
Yeah.
Ramsey is very, very effective.
I tend to think that Emery's got 2 options of a similar kind of player, but 2 flip sides. Ramsey, who will put in a bit more effort and defensively work harder, and then you've got Ozil, who will not do that but be a little bit more creative. So
here's a question what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
You know when Arsene Wenger obviously used to play Aaron Ramsey and Ozil together in the same team, why doesn't Unai Emery not play Ramsey and Ozil together in the team? Is it because obviously the style of plays? Is it the formation? He doesn't fit. We can't fit Ramsey and Ozil.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, and I think Arsene Wenger used to use Ozil as the 10 and Ramsey as the 8 in previous seasons. Used to stick Ramsey out on the right hand side, and Ozil would sort of play more on the left hand side because he's a left sided player. I just think that Emery doesn't think there's balance in playing the 2 players together. You know?
Yeah, you can say that.
We've seen Mkhitaryan not play so well, but for balance reasons in the team, he's been brought in.
What do you think of Mkhitaryan?
I think that he's there for balance in the team, and he has shown against Huddersfield and again today. Maybe we're getting a little bit more out of him. He's an Emery kind of player.
I think Mkhitaryan, he can be a little bit inconsistent at times.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he had a good game on Thursday. I thought he had a good game against Southampton. But
Yeah.
I thought he was one of our best players last season when he first came in. I thought he was towards the end of the season with the whole Sanchez swap. I thought, yes, we bought Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang, great deal. I thought Mickey was one of our best players last season, but this season he's had injuries and he was out for 6 weeks. I don't think personally he hasn't been the same player.
No, he hasn't, but I think he played quite well for that Huddersfield game. He did I
thought Mkhitaryan was my man of the match against Huddersfield. I thought he played really, really well. He destroyed Huddersfield.
I agree with you. But in that game, I favoured Iwobi more than Mkhitaryan, but they both played very well.
What do you think of Alex Iwobi this season?
I think he's got potential, maybe not to be as good as a Raheem Sterling, but I think he's got some great potential. We haven't seen the best of him yet, and I hope in another.
Alex Iwobi, when he first came in, remember when he scored that goal against Everton? 2000,
yeah.
The season when Leicester won the league.
You've got a great memory.
Of course I have. But the thing with Alex Iwobi, right, I was watching DT's videos, a couple of flashbacks, and I remember he was saying about Alex Iwobi is that if he could be like Leroy Sané, for example, Alex Iwobi has some potential, but it's just that end product. It's like Manchester City, he gave the ball away. Like with Iwobi, he's seen the thing with what I don't like about Alex Iwobi is. Here's what I don't like about Iwobi, and I'm going to say my things what I don't like about Iwobi first, is that he just dribbles the ball, he doesn't know what he's doing in that.
Yeah.
And he just thinks like he's in his own world and that. And for example, he gave that ball away against Manchester City in his own half.
Yeah.
There's no need to do that.
Yeah, definitely he has to be.
If he could start.
Hi, Richard from Arsenal TV. Welcome into the circle.
I think Alex Iwobi can become a really, really class player. I love Alex Iwobi. I think we should keep Alex Iwobi. I like him as a player, but he's a frustrating player at times. I think he'd be good enough as a squad player to come on, but we really need wingers because we need fast wingers. We haven't replaced them since we sold Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Richard from Arsenal TV's on. We've got Luca here, Luca Quarta. We're talking about Alex Iwobi now. We've gone. This has been a great episode, Luca, so far. Thank you. We'll stay on for about another 10 minutes and then we'll sign off. No, he said, I know this is out of topic, but I think my house is haunted. My cup of orange juice just fell off the table by itself. Luca and Noe, I've had similar things happen in my house as well. My wife has said some things just have fallen over.
Wow.
Noe, let's just trust that it's friendly. London Old School says that Iwobi's a little bit panicky on the ball. He needs to calm down. I think that's what he said, London Old School. Here's my take on Iwobi. I think we need to. Basically, Luca, that's the way he plays. He's a ball carrier, and
he is. That's what he is. He holds the ball. He is a ball carrier.
And it took me many years of following football or soccer to know that you need different types of players in your team. You need a ball carrier. You need somebody who can pass the ball quickly, and you need.
What we need a winger. We need wingers.
Yeah. But we don't have anyone else. We don't have anyone else really in the team.
Who are you going to go out with someone by? If you had to choose, this is a question for you and the fans in the comments.
Yeah.
You have to name 3 players of the wingers who would you bring in. Who would it be and why?
Pepe.
And who are the other 2?
Pepe from Lille. And we need 2 defenders. So
we do.
I would get Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire would be a really, really good signing. I think he'll probably solve that defence, and he'll rectify, obviously, play alongside Socrates. But I personally think if I had to name 3 wingers and choose one, I would probably go for maybe. Well, I don't think it's not going to happen, but I would probably would have gone with Dembele from Barcelona, and maybe would have gone for maybe someone like. Oh, well, I would have gone with Martial, but he signed a contract. I choose maybe Pepe, Dembele.
Are you leaving us, Gundit?
Or I don't really have another favourite winger, but do you think maybe we could have gone for Mahrez because he's not getting games at Manchester City?
All right, Gundit's gonna sign out now. He said Pepe or Bailey. Gundit News, my co-host. Thank you.
I'll go for Pepe.
Maybe Fekir.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Very good shout.
But and Richard, I don't know if you're still there. But London Old School and Noe, thanks for coming on. This has been a really, really good episode. Let's just sign out with a little bit of a recap of the last few days, Luca. I want to say, Luca, thank you for coming on. Richard, do you have a question? Thanks for coming on, Richard. We're going to be here for about another 4 or 5 minutes.
Subscribe to his YouTube channel, yeah? People out there, shout out to his YouTube channel. He needs
London Old School, thanks for coming on, London Old School. I'm gonna sign out with what I say, and then I'm gonna leave Luca with the last word. But very excited about these wins in the Europa League. We've progressed. A little bit of pressure off of Emery's back. He showed that visibly in the game in fist pumping. This was the second of 3 games in the league today that we won. We had talked about this, Luca, in previous shows. We had three must-win games, and the first was Huddersfield. The second one was Southampton, and the next one is Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a must-win game. Feel-good factor, we're above Manchester United right now. We're in fourth place, and I'm even optimistic. Richard's asking, how many points are you hoping to get out of the Spurs game in United? Personally, I'd take 3 points, Richard. And it could be the Manchester United game for me.
To me, I think
London Old School wants 4.
To me, I think Spurs. I don't know about the Spurs game. Maybe we can get a draw against Spurs, and then Man United. I reckon we could take maybe. You know what? We're going to beat Spurs and Man U. I think we're going to get 3 points out of 6. I'm not confident going into that Man U game.
So Luca, you said 3 points out of 6. Richard thinks we can get all 6 points.
Well, I hope you're right, Richard. I hope you're right.
Of course, we all hope you're right, Richard. Are you a little bit persuaded by the result today, Richard, and what you're saying?
To me, I think
Feel-good factor is riding high?
I feel very, very good today. I think it was a very, very important win. Every game's a massive win now to obviously get to that top 4. And
No, he said he never thought he'd be happy to be for Arsenal again for now.
I agree.
You know? Listen, I'll be happy with just the most important one, I think, is Manchester United. I'm going to put aside my allegiances. I hate Tottenham just like anyone else. Richard said, no just fixtures that United and Spurs have to play us.
I think what you should do is, I think your channel's amazing. I think it's brilliant what you're doing in that. But
Thanks.
I think maybe you should invite some Tottenham fans to do a preview on this.
Ooh, do you know any Tottenham fans?
Not really, no. I don't really. But you can invite Tottenham fans over the internet and maybe do
Yeah, that would be interesting. Maybe I'll look into that, Luca.
It's up to you. It's your channel, but.
Yeah, no, thank you. This has been really good. I think Gundit News might be happy that he took the day off today. He was in the comments section, burning it up, tearing it up with everybody down there in the comments section.
Who's that YouTube channel? The one what's this? Daily Cannon or something like that?
Who?
Who's that YouTube channel? The one who obviously who supports Arsenal? He goes live on the Hangouts and that.
I'm gonna check out my toilet for Spurs fans. No, he said.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
No, I think it's You think maybe is that Richard or is it Cannon Fodder?
Yes.
Alex over at Cannon Fodder?
Yes.
I know Richard and Alex are collaborating, so tell us a little bit of a plug there, Richard. I think they go Monday nights. Luca.
Oh, they go live on Monday nights. Maybe Richard should invite me one time.
Absolutely. I think Richard might be in touch with you.
Definitely.
But Luca, I'm having you on again at some point.
Thank you very much.
Richard said fan comments at 5 o'clock, I think, tomorrow, Richard, right? I'll try to take my break, Richard. I'll be working, but I'll take my break at noon to get on there and help you. Okay? We have to support each other, right, Luca?
Correct.
You know? All right. Give me a quick recap, Luca, and then we'll sign off for today. Give me a brief recap of the last 4 days for you.
Well, I think it's been really, really good. That obviously Borisov, it was good for obviously winning the Europa League to get the job done and to get a win against Southampton. It's good. It's been a good weekend for Arsenal.
Yep.
Manchester United, Liverpool drawing today. It would have been nice if Liverpool would have won, but the draw's not a bad result. We're in the top 4 now. And
they might have some injuries potentially, right?
Yeah. Apparently they could have injuries in that. Like, hopefully, fingers crossed, Martial and Lingard are not back for the Arsenal game in 2 weeks.
Let's not take our eye off the ball for Wednesday.
Get too carried away just yet.
Yeah, for Wednesday, let's not get too carried away.
But first things first, let's concentrate on Bournemouth. What is your prediction going into that game?
Okay, predictions for Bournemouth, everybody. London Old School, everything seems to be going well at the moment, onwards and upwards. And you know, when you think things are going well, that's the time to be wary. London Old School's going for a 4-0 win with Bournemouth.
I'm going for 3-1 to Arsenal.
I think it's going to be a nervy game. I think it's going to be 2-1 to the Arsenal.
Why do you think it'll be a nervy game?
I think it's going to be a Wednesday night nervy game.
Especially Callum Wilson. Especially.
Yeah, the players will be a little bit nervous. Richard says he'll take a 3-2 win for Arsenal, and Noe agrees with me on the scoreline 2-1. I think we're going to realize we're in a great position.
We are at the moment, but
I think the players are going to realize that, Luca, and might get a little tense.
I do think the players will realise that obviously, yes, we've got a couple of wins now, the confidence is there again, but let's go and win on Wednesday, beat Bournemouth, then we've got 9 points in the Premier League when we go into that Tottenham game.
Yeah.
With confidence.
Listen, can we go 3 games without conceding a goal? Thanks, Richard.
I'm not sure about that. No.
That's why I have 1 in the goals against column. You know.
But why not?
No, it would be unprecedented, I think, to get 3 clean sheets in a row for this team this season.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, can you imagine?
Imagine we got 9 points in the next 3 Premier League games.
Let's do it. Listen, everybody.
Why not?
Thanks for coming on. I want to. I'll give you props last, Luca. I want to thank London Old School for coming on. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Want to thank Gundit News, who's signed off by now. My co-host. I want to thank Noe. I'm so happy you could come back in, Noe. We've missed you the last few weeks. And Richard from Arsenal TV's come on as well. And we had one other person, Futuristy AFC. And most of all, Luca, I want to give you thanks and props for coming on.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Hey, we'll do it again. This was such a great show.
We will. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
We'll do it again. It's a little bit easier to do it like an audio interview. So we can get your viewpoint across. You know, let's wait for a more difficult result that comes to us. I'll give you more opportunity for a little bit of a rant as well, which you like.
Definitely. You might see some rants if we
He said, all right, take care, Ray, and happy early 17th birthday, Luca. That's what Noe said.
Thank you.
Have you got anything to say to Noe?
Hopefully we beat Tottenham on my birthday.
Let's beat Tottenham on Luca's birthday. That would be a really, really good game.
And then I'll come back on here feeling happy.
Luca, what's your favorite kind of cake?
My favourite what?
What's your favorite type of cake? Birthday cake.
Victoria sandwich. Have you heard of that?
I have heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite meal for your birthday?
My favourite meal. I don't really have a favourite meal, but obviously I'd probably like takeaway wise. I'd probably choose maybe like Chinese or something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Listen, Luca, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you. And hey, let's look forward to Wednesday.
Come on, the Arsenal.
Come on, the Arsenal. Here's to the Arsenal. Noe said Noe's favorite is chocolate ice cream cake.
Wow. Chocolate fudge cake with warm ice cream.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. And, you know, just for the record, I'm a vanilla person, and I like kind of white or yellow cake. Just for the record. Noe likes spaghetti and meatballs. My wife is Italian, Noe, so I do quite well in that department.
That's all right.
All right, this has been a great episode. I'm really happy.
It has.
Thanks for coming on, Luca.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming on. Listen, guys, if you like this show, please like,
Comments.
hit the
subscribe to his YouTube channel.
subscribe, comment, hit the like button, hit that bell notification for when we're going live. And this has been another episode of Arsenal Fan Circle. We get together every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 7 p.m. UK time. And we talk about all things Arsenal. This has been the first episode where I like to bring on new fans onto the show and interview them. if anyone in the comments wants to be interviewed, just please let me know in the comments section, and I will be in touch. All right, Luca?
Yeah.
All right.